Alrighty, guys. Hey, here's Mr. Riz, and I'm helping you guys walk through the synthetic division review worksheet. Your quiz that you guys will take will be very, very similar to this. Basically, the same thing, just with different numbers. So let's go through this. If we're going to use synthetic division, all we need to do here is to set it up first. So if we're dividing by x plus 3, we're going to put a -3 in the box. The way that I had to print it off, this is the box here. And then our leading coefficients are going to be the numbers in front. Now we don't skip any powers. We have 1x squared. Going down a power to x's, we have 5 of them. And going down a power, regular numbers, we have 1. So then our work basically, hold on, I got this in the way. Our work or our math that we have to do kind of goes through the same steps. First step we do is we always drop down the first number. So we're going to drop down our 1. And then we start multiplying and adding. So we're going to take this 1 times it by the number in the box, which is -3. That'd be -3. And we add it with the 5. 5 plus -3 would be 2. Then we repeat that again. We're going to times that by the number in the box, which is -3. That'd be -6. We add it together with the 1. That'd be a -5. All right, now how do we take those numbers here and figure out what our answer would be? This number at the end is our remainder. Okay, so that's the number that's going to be a fraction. Now the other numbers are our polynomial answer. So this first part here, this 1, is always going to be 1 degree lower than what we started. So we have 1x. If you want to get a little fancy, you just want to say x, that's fine. And then drop it down a degree is 2. And then we have a remainder, and the remainder, remember, we write as a fraction. We put -5, the number in the circle in the box, and then we put down what we divided by, or x plus 3. All right. So the next question here is, okay, is this a factor of the polynomial? Is this a factor? That'd be a big no, and why not? All right, the remainder is not 0. All right. Okay, so basically every problem's the same, but we'll kind of make sure you go through and check to see if you have any issues. Let's go through this again. Look at common mistakes. A number that goes in the box. If we got x minus 5, we're going to put a +5 in the box. Then what numbers are our leading coefficient? We're starting with the 2x cubed. Drop that down a power, x squared, so we got -11. Drop that down a power to 9, we got 9x. Drop that down a power, we got -20. All right, our work, what we got to do is we drop the first number. We're going to drop our 2. Then we start multiplying and adding. 2 times the number in the box, 5, is 10. We add that to -11, that is -1. We're going to times that by 5. 1 times -5, or -1 times 5 is -5. We add that with 9, we get 4. All right, and then we're going to multiply that by 5. 4 times 5 is 20. We add that together, that'd be 0. Remember that number at the end is our remainder. There we go. So we're going to write this out. What does this 2 -1 4 0 mean? So this 2 is the beginning of our answer, a polynomial. We got 2, but not x cubed. We divided it, so now it's x squared. Then we have -1x, and then we have 4. So you can see these numbers basically tell our answer, starting with x squared, because that's the degree lower than what we started with, and working our way down. X squared, x number. Since we don't have anything remaining, we don't write a fraction, and that's our answer. So is x minus 5 a factor? It sure is. Yes, it is. All right, why? The remainder equals 0. If we ever get 0 as our remainder, it's a factor. All right, once again, feel free to pause this at any time if you need to. And let's keep this going. 2 more problems, and that's all we're going to be working on. Okay. Next one. So common mistakes that people make here. All right. The number that goes in the box here would be the opposite of x plus 2. So that'd be a -2. And let's start. We got 5, x to the 4th. Then we got to remember, if we got x to the 4th, we got to look for x cubes. We have 0 of those. Then we have 2x squared. Then x's, we got -15. Then finally, we have 10. We're going to drop the 5 down, and we're going to start multiplying and adding. So 5 times -2 is -10. We add that to 0, that is -10. We times that by -2. That becomes +20. Add that to 2, that'd be 22. All right, if we multiply that by -2, that's -44. We add those together, that is negative a lot. Negative what, 59? We times that by -2. Well, let's see, that's 118. We add that to 10, our last number, that's 128. Hot dog, we got some big numbers. That right there is our remainder. So let's start writing our answer here. So if we start out with 5x to the 4th, our answer is going to start out with 5, drop that down to power x cubed, then move on, okay? Our next number is -10. We're going to drop it down, x squared. Our next number is 22. Drop that down to power x. Minus, the next number is 59. We drop the power, there's no x. And then our remainder, we write as a fraction. So 128 goes on top, and then on the bottom, what we divided by x plus 2. All right, is that a factor? No. The remainder does not equal 0. Does not equal 0. All right, last problem. Might look a little easy here, but let's kind of double check that. All right, what number do we put in the box if we got x minus 7? +7. And then we start writing our leading coefficients. We have 1x cubed. And then we can't skip any powers. We have 0x squareds, 0 x's, and then we have a -343. So this is our x cubed, this is our x squared, this is our x's, and that's just our number. Let's do the math. We drop our 1. 1 times 7. Times 7. All right. We add it to 0. 0 plus 7. Well, that's 7. All right. Now we got to times that by the number in the box. Times that by 7. 7 times 7 is 49. We add those together. 0, 49 make 49. And then we got to times that by 7. Use a calculator if you don't know. 49 times 7 is 343. We add that to a -343, that would be 0. That is our remainder. So to write our polynomial here as our answer, we started out with 1x cubed, so we got 1x squared. Our next number is 7, which would be x's. Our next number is 49. And then we don't have anything remaining, so that's your 0 remainder. I call it 1 right there. So is it a factor? It sure is, because the remainder equals 0. All right, you guys can look at this, review it. It's going to be a good help for the quiz. Thanks for watching this. You guys have a good one.